Well, there is nothing like a cup of coffee in the morning. I sure hope that you've had yours, because today we're talking about the very important issue of dressing for success. It does take about 7 seconds for people to make a first impression about you. So if you want it to be a good one, you need to know exactly how to dress for the world of work. But because the world is changing and new trends are constantly emerging, we decided to call in the expert. And today, Jerri Mokgofe is giving us a few great tips on exactly how to dress for success. First impressions last. They say it takes about 7 seconds for people to sum you up and decide what they think about you. I'm about to meet Jerri, a fashionista and image consultant, to see what first impression I make.
The experts call it personal branding. It has the power to turn perception into profits, desk jobs into corner offices.
So my 7 seconds are almost up. What first impression have I made?
Your first impressions towards me is very good. You've got a pretty face that's working for you, so I'm thinking glamour girl, stunning, good looking. I love the turtleneck. It's spot on trend. It's something different. It's a flashback from the past. So that's my impression of you. It's a girl who's in trendy, who's in touch with fashion and style.
It's so fascinating to me that people can be summed up within 7 seconds of arriving, and also depending on what they wear. How important are first impressions?
First impressions are very important. They can either break you or make you. We are very judgmental as people. I mean, it's already bad as it is that we're very self-critical of ourselves. Throw yourself towards the world, and the world and the people must make an opinion about you and how you look and how you conduct yourself and how you dress. So that is really very, very important.
With an administrative business degree in marketing management, Jerri's best known for his work as a stylist, publicist and blogger, and for being a pitcher of ice-cold water in the face of South Africans' often sleepy approach to everyday styling.
Let's take a look at some business professionals right now who are doing it right. Who would you say they are?
Well, in South Africa, you look at women like Kanye Jomo. She is phenomenal. I mean, in one of my previous jobs, I went to Dalo Media, her offices, and then she was there standing in the corridor. And just her presence there, I couldn't even go and say hi to her and introduce myself to her, because she's always looking good. She's always immaculate and well put together and presented. And then you look at the men like Tebe Ikalafeng. I mean, that man can wear a suit very well. He's a kind of guy who doesn't buy a suit off the rake or the rail, but they know that you buy a suit and you always take it to be altered and tailored. And for the guys who are not doing it right, you look at the multi-billionaires like Mark Zuckerberg. Yes, the guy's a geek, but then also in the same breath, you take Mugg and you try to dress him into a GQ kind of man. It's just not gonna work for him. He has a Mark Zuckerberg thing that's just that, and he needs to work that, and he must just keep the clothes that he's wearing at the moment. Because should you try to change him and dress him differently as well, the clothes will be wearing him, and I don't believe he'll have the confidence enough to pull off those clothes. Yes, that is correct.
Now, when it comes to going into a big interview, how does one make sure that you're unforgettable?
Yeah, that's my thing. I always say that do not blend in, stand out, never be forgettable. Find that one thing that is yours, your Leanne USP, your unique selling points. Work with that, enhance that, and then people will never forget you. I always say that wear a piece that creates talkability. Wear something beautifully crafted, something of high, finer detail that you cannot just miss it. It will be there. It can be something small as a ring that when I bump into you again and say, oh, that's Leanne, then I will say, oh, that's Leanne, the girl with the most beautiful ring that she wore at this event. I mean, it's those kind of things. It all boils down to the finer details of the clothing and appearances.
As an ardent devotee of high-concept fashion, he believes in balance. Do not be afraid to experiment, but at the same time, never be ridiculous. It's a fine line. And confidence makes all the difference.
So Jerri, you've been involved in fashion shows and events and, all those different things. What tips would you give people to enhance their own personal style?
Know what you're wearing, be confident in what you're wearing, carry yourself in the right way, and find something that really works for you. Just know that I can pull this off, and when you're wearing it, you're pulling it off with confidence, and there's nobody can say or do anything about it, because you know that you've got it going on.
After all, your look is your label.
And there you go.
Maybe it's time for an objective look at your wardrobe. Think entrepreneurs who start business with nothing more than an idea and a firm handshake. No matter what career path you're on, a strong identity will help you to stand out from the crowd.
True generosity is our famous bottomless coffee, freshly brewed, to enjoy over and over and over again. Mugg & Bean, giving you more